All praises are due to Allah. And again, as an opening, I want to first extend a personal thanks, in the warmest of welcome to all of you all for, responding to the call to come out to this event, to participate in this information sharing and this mobilization. We had a very key point as it relates to the growth and development of Western music. We're about to embark on our next level of expression based on who we are as an organization and an entity in the community. So at this point, we have a lot of guests, we got a lot of friends, we got folks that don't know each other, never seen each other. So what we want to do is go around the room and have everybody announce themselves as it relates to who you are, what you do, and your support or your role with messaging music.
How you doing? I'm Tanya Slaughter. I am the Director of Events Programming for Messaging the Music. I handle the events. Thank you.
Brother Ray?
Brother Raymond L. Muhammad, most people call me Brother Ray. I'm here in support of Messaging Music. Brother Edward, and everybody here, right, to help us move further down the road.
Sister Carla Henderson.
Hi, my name is Carla Henderson. I'm here today to not just to give back, but to be a part of Amazement Movement. And when I say that, it's because it's time for our youth to really shine and be able to give their gifts in conscious writing, in whatever field of creativity they have. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm involved in gun violence. I'm a ghostwriter. I'm a singer. I just love people. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Come on. And I want to make a correction since he's on the Messaging Music platform. She's against anti-gun violence.
Yes, sir. My name is Brother DeAndre, a.k.a. Trustable Rock, a.k.a. Mr. Trustable. I'm an artist in collaboration with the Messaging the Music movement. I'm here to support, here to provide, here to serve, here to give my talents in the best way I know possible, here to follow instructions, here to help the movement the best way I can. I'm here to provide those lyrics, I like to say you can put your trust in, and we're here trying to spark a fire in the community, trying to do our best to change the thinking of our people through music.
That's right.
And I'm here to spread love, positivity, and truth mixed with a little supreme wisdom. And we're going to do our best to get these effective bars that can change the condition of our people as best as we know. I want to thank Brother Edward for inviting me. Love y'all. Y'all have a blessed one. I'm here to help, serve. It's Mr. Trustable.
Go to Brother Ellis.
Yes, sir. Name is Brother Ellis. I'm going to be stepping up as far as the secretarial post, and I'm just here to serve the community in the way that I'm helping out through Brother Edward's vision is to provide community development through music, and that's right in sync of what I like to do and what I do on a regular basis. So it's in concert with what I already do. So I'm just going to help this brother out, which is helping us all out to promote a mission that positivity in the community is needed. Positivity is always needed. So whenever I can help out to move that forward, I like to step up and at least do 1% of the duty. Can't do it all, but at least want to do something. So I'm just here to help serve and here to be a positive influence and example if it's God's will. Thank you.
Daylon is on.
You on.
My name is Delon X, aka Hugo Lon. I think for me, it's Messaging the Music. It just provided me with the like I wouldn't say encouragement, but the motivation to start rapping again. When me and Brother T, revamped this, I was sort of like I don't know what you would call it, I wouldn't say the test dummy. I would say like more of like it was just me and him. So
he was the runaway artist guy. I had to chase him.
So when he restarted this, I came on board and of course tried my best to be the best brother and the best artist I can be for messaging the music, and it helped me improve myself spiritually, mentally, physically, and just showed me a different route when it comes to music, because a lot of the times we just make music just to make music. And with messaging the music, Brother Tate poured into me constantly. Like it literally probably was almost an everyday thing that he just kept pouring into me. So I think for me, it's just like my story with messaging the music is a journey, and I feel like that everybody should go on that journey with us as well. Like you've been here, most of the artists in here, y'all been here from day one. Then Brother Rock, you coming on and you joining us. Just keep going on the journey, because Brother Tate gonna keep feeding you no matter what it is. So that's my testimony. Yes.
So,
I too am a supporter of messaging the music, and when Brother Edward started this, I was so proud, so proud of him. And I have been trying to encourage him over the years, and to see him do this now is really monumental. So I'm always looking to support something that's that's good, something that's, because it is a message in the music, and it should be positive, and the way he has structured it, we can all learn and appreciate the music. So that's just what I want to say.
Hi everybody, I'm Yendi Brown, aka Miss Yendi. I am a vocalist, artist, writer, and actress out of DMV. And I am a new artist with a message in the music.
Conscious hip hop artist. I love messaging the music. I'm here to just open my mind for more information, grab it in so I can learn more, and just go through some more experiences so I can better myself as a person and help these young people in a better way.
Yo, message in the music. We in the building. You see all the artists. You see the love. You see the family. It's Sun City Hero. You can also call me Sincere Bay. I'm a highly advocate for positivity. I feel like at this time, music needs to elevate and get back to its root, and the message never dies. It will never die. It will continue. Also, I'm a program director in training, songwriter, co-producer, business owner, entrepreneur, and I'm a brother, and I'm a king. You know what it is. Middle finger to all negativity. You know what it is.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Brother Asher Boulware. I too am a supporter of messaging the music. I'm a huge fan of hip hop, huge fan of rap. I believe that there's a lot of a negative connotation about the art and just the sport of the creativity, and I feel messaging the music is the first step in trying to erase that. So I'm here today to just be a part of excellence, greatness, and witness history firsthand in the making. So yeah, messaging the music. Blah, blah, blah.
How's everybody out there? My name is Calvin Braswell. A lot of people know me as Ross Sankofa, the Crown MC. I've been recording music since the age of 18, writing songs since the age of 18. I'm also a singer. I'm also a reggae artist as well, an entrepreneur. And basically, I just make music from my spirit. I take different aspects of life that I've learned throughout my course of study concerning melanin, universal law. I took a huge interest in the subconscious mind around the age of 20 years old, and ever since I got my hands on that, the human brain has really been my biggest thing. So I take different concepts that I've acquired from my course of study, and I relate it to everyday life experience, and I just want to be able to have fun with the sound and make music that people can enjoy and appreciate, and just be a part of the collective consciousness, and everybody, us as a people, reaching one common purpose for the preservation of our people and purposes, and why we're here, and to improve the human species each and every day of my life. That's what I do.
Okay. Peace, Apocalypse, Michael Muhammad, Dogs Gods Entertainment, part of Message in the Music, and Message in the Music, that's my whole life. It's always been about consciousness. It's always been about uplifting the minds of humanity. And that's what we use the art for. And I'm happy to be a part of a platform that gives us that opportunity to be who we are, unapologetically, to develop our own independent industry and entity to draw humanity towards this, so that they know that they don't have to compromise who they are and still use their gifts. Peace.
I ain't know. But anyway, Tommy, Too Slick, Pops, you know who it is. Who am I? What do I do? I'll do everything. I help Message in the Music. At this point, we're trying to become the #1 entity for independent artists with a positive message. Writer, producer, actor. I'm a god. What can I say? No. But I'm an energizer bunny. My energy off the charts. Some people can't handle it, but that's what I do. If you need a little plug, spark, holler at me and I got you covered. Peace.
My name is Alicia Quarles. I'm a project coordinator. I'm helping Brother Tate and Sister Slaughter Tanya with this platform that Ronald is doing for Message in the Music, of a good cause, a good event, and pray that everybody will be successful in what they're doing, because they could be somewhere else, but they're here. And catching a young man might be, because he could be somewhere else too, but he's here supporting. And if the youngest one here with us, but I'm a coordinator.
Okay. My name is Amari and I support Message in the Music and Major Takeover.
Yes, sir. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel and how proud of you of your father, what he's doing as far as music is concerned?
So how did I feel?
Yeah, how are you proud of your pops?
Yeah.
How you feel about it?
Good.
Yeah, tell me about it. Go in depth, brother. Knowing that your father's a hip-hop artist among the up-and-coming ranks, how you feel about it as a young man?
Good. I feel happy.
All right, so if you had a choice between your pops and a popular artist, tell you how your father stands out beyond everybody else, brother. What makes him different?
Be positive.
No commercials. It's your boy DJ Drill. I'm here with Message in the Music. You know, we got a message to tell, and I'm here to deliver it, you know, the best way I can. We got a lot of artists. There's a lot of great talent. They all around from everywhere, and especially from our city. And we doing it real big, man, real big. This is the Artist Retreat, and you know we got to treat them special because they give us good music. So that's the only thing I can say is it's a blessing.
Yes, sir. Praise be to God.
Good music, good vibes.
Yes, sir.
Next, to kind of like have a conversation with the folks at venue on to see if we can lock something down and build out, show up, you know, around that. So be prepared for that. That's a goal that we got set. Also, we got, we were trying to receive 3 corporate sponsors within the next 90 days that's going to be financing helping to support the Artist Community Development Program. Okay. That program, in order to run that program to support y'all, is well over $15,000 a year. You know, if not more, for miscellaneous funds that have not been captured. I did a base budget. The other thing we have here is artist interviews and appearances. We have to put the word out as it relates to who we are as an entity, as an organization, and as a movement. So the artists, you have to step up. If you see some shows out there that's banging, that you would like to make a presence on and represent yourself, and as well as Message in the Music, because each artist is supposed to have their own brand. You know, if you don't have your own logo, if you don't have your own brand, get with me so we can make sure you brand it, right? Sincere gonna be talking a little bit more about that in this presentation as well. The corporate sponsorship. So we want to basically get away from me financing everything. We want to move in a direction where the program is basically doing and fulfilling what it's set out and designed to do. And much of the funding was supposed to have been done by me as the founder on the initial as a seed investment to give you all products in your hand as you go market yourself so you won't be promoting no concept. You got a real tangible product, you got videos, you got an e-commerce page you can direct people to and generate energy toward and be able to eat off, you know? Just imagine if 50 people in 1 week heard your music and liked it. That's could be $50. Otherwise, it would have just been sitting on the shelf. And so we had to go back and revisit the project that we already did because that's real money that's sitting on the shelf. That's real potential for you as an artist. But it doesn't benefit me at all because it basically nullifies the program and how it was designed to work. I sow into you, you basically promote yourself. And if they support you, they support messaging and music. You see? So if we're not promoting our music, we're not promoting ourselves, then we pretty much falling short of what the objectives are. And because the contract asks the artist to promote yourself as aggressively as messaging and music is going to promote you as well. I should not be promoting you more than what you promote yourself. If you don't love your brand, how you can convince anybody else that they should love it? So we need to step that aspect of our involvement with messaging and music up. Be proud of messaging and music. You know? I mean, we have something powerful, something strong, something clean, that's full of love, unity, you know? So why not be proud about supporting that? So we just need more support from the artists as it relates to promoting yourself and also promoting the brand. We also have artist interviews and appearances. If y'all know people, please let me know. So we can go ahead and get those interviews lined up so y'all can get out there and let the community know that we're here. What we're also trying to do this year also is have our first annual Conscious Artists Hip Hop Conference. That's where we're going to be bringing in you all to be, how can I say it, co-mingle with other industry artists that's using their music for positive as well. So that's something we're looking forward to. And I'll be pulling on you all on various goals as relates to skill set that you showed me that you had in your profile sheet, because every artist did a profile sheet. I don't know if you did or didn't, but if you have not completed the latest profile sheet that I sent out to all the artists, that basically talks about your goals, your interests, your employment, any blockers, any challenges you have in your life, because we're here to help you reach your goal, and we're here to galvanize and pull together all the resources necessary to help you reach the goal that you set for yourself. Also, what we got is youth engagement goals. Sincere?
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do in the next 90 days, off that grant, is we're trying to get 30 youth engaged in performing arts, whether it's poetry, hip hop, spoken word, and that's going to be easy because we got that program set up. Cool. And we're going directly to the elementary school system, the whole population. All right. 30 youth engaged in our mentoring program. How many artists present now is interested in mentoring? Savoy Elementary School. We're going over there to have a conversation about a mentoring program that Messaging and Music had put together that's going to allow us to shadow these young boys, not only from elementary to middle school, but also from middle school to society. Because like I said, this pipeline in prison is real, right? And they got statistics to prove and show how they're being railroaded based on detention, based on grade point averages, and a few other areas of statistics that prove that there's a design, there's a plan designed to railroad our young kids back to jail. I got one question. If y'all had to say the number one reason why they are railroading our young boys to prison, what would that reason be? What's the number one reason why they railroading our young men to prison? What kind?
When a black youth is incarcerated, first the black child is born a commodity that's worth a certain amount of money. And when a black youth, especially a male, is incarcerated, as long as he is in prison, It's called embezzlement, and his actual worth that's determined on his birth certificate, his bloodline, similar to the portion of slavery when you know, a slave would stand on the podium and their height is measured and how strong they are and stuff like that. The railroading is due to the opportunity to embezzle a human life and actually bring more wealth to the detention center versus the incarcerated young black male being able to make himself worth more money. Let's say if he's educated, he's an entrepreneur, he wants to pursue having his own business, and he's actually successful at it. That's adding value to the black life. But with his stumbling block that he has before him pushing through society, society influences him to go to jail so that wealth may be taken from him and placed into the system. So that's what I would say.
You said a business. We're on the stock exchange with being incarcerated. I look at it as Malcolm X when he had talked about how they use, and this is a beautiful thing that you're doing, messaging and music, how celebrities are pretty much using demonic spirits to keep our black brothers and sisters down within the culture, watching TV, how they can just hypnotize them and keep them bound, even on video games, etc. So that's what I wanted to say. I can take it, but
so in addition to what Brother Sankofa and Sister Carla said, from my vantage point, one of the main reasons is because they know that we are their replacement. They know that their world is finished and that the black man is the replacement.
Come on.
In a new world of righteousness. So they gotta get them young so they can damage them enough so they'll never believe that they were born to rule in a world of righteousness. That's right. That's the number one reason. It's because they gotta kill that thought in their mind. But the bottom line is they know their time is up. It's over. And we can see the destruction of Western rulership. And they know that their replacement is the black man and woman. So they got to get them early and get that out of their brain. And that's why this is so important. That's why message in the music is most important. You know what I'm saying? Because music is one of the number one influences on society in the whole world. And the new world of righteousness is coming up through the black man in America. And that's what they know.
One more from my day.
Go ahead, black man.
That's what I'm waiting. I used to work for DC's Mayor's Office on Returned Citizens Affairs. And the way the system is set up, be it through the videos, be it through the movies, be it through television, all of it is designed to capture the minds of the youth so that they begin to become sensitized to violence. That's why you got all these games with they shooting guns or whatever. Most of the movies now, you know, at one time you wouldn't see individuals performing sex acts or things of this nature. It's on TV now. All of these things leads our youth to get out there and commit the acts that they commit. That's the first phase of it. Then they get incarcerated. Since I get incarcerated January the 1st, the government gets close to $40,000 to take care of you while you're in that facility. $40,000. So, if I'm in business, my business is to make sure that you come back. That's free $40,000 for me, for my company, for CCA. But just imagine if a guy gets locked up January the 1st, gets locked up again June the 1st, and gets locked up again September the 1st. How much money has the government made? $120,000 off that same individual. Then they keep you in there. They don't provide you with training. When I was at the University of Lawton, they provided you with resources that would help you come out and become, employable, whether it was in dental or carpentry or whatever the case may be. Nowadays, they're just warehousing you for 23 hours. But as the young lady mentioned, it's on the stock market. Many cities open up prisons in order for them to become self-sufficient. So you have all these private prisons popping up. And like I said, it's on the stock market. And many of these police departments, all of them are connected together so that they can filter and fill up these prisons so this city can get this money, $40,000 per person. So as Brother Edward stated, messaging the music is an alternative to what is happening out there in the media right now. There are a few artists that are coming out with positive raps and positive messages, but the majority of it is what? We all know what it is. A bunch of vulnerable languages and things of that nature. So I just wanted to say, this is a key opportunity for us to bring about a change with our communities.
Oh, so I wanted to say that the reason why they need to incarcerate young men in particular, because the man was the shield. Just like on a chess piece, he's supposed to be protecting the queen. So if you demasculate the young boy and you infatuate his mind with bullshit, basically, and you make him weak, make him feminine, you can't structure a strong family. So the whole thing is not just young boys, it's young women too. Keep them separated, keep them gay, and keep them from building strong families. Because with that strong family, we got unification, and that's what they fear.
I mean, all of that, is true, and it's, and that's what they're doing, right? But I just want to go to what I believe is the root of why they want to keep us locked up on drugs, on alcohol, right? And on each other, same sex, right? Because, the true thing that would liberate us, right? Is the messenger in the word, the Messiah in the word. So if I can keep you locked up on drugs, on alcohol, on each other, right? Then I can keep you away from that one word. That's going to lift us all up. The falsehood is an ever-vanishing thing, says the Quran, right? But is that truth? Their world is vanishing, their falsehood is vanishing, right? But there's a truth out there. There's a word out there, right? So if I can keep you away from that man, I'm talking about Miss Louis Farrakhan, right? Keep you away from listening to that man, right? Then, I can get by myself some more time.
Come on.
Yeah, and I'm here to say, like you said, all that is true. But since America has been founded, it has been built off slave labor. And that's her capital product. And there's no way the thing that made her rich, she was going to throw away like it can't make her rich again. And that's why they created the 13th Amendment, to create that clause in there and said that through criminal activity or criminal behavior, you can end up back in slavery. And so that's what the whole criminal justice system is about. It's about modern day slavery. Because that's what they're doing. That's what they have been doing. That's what they've been doing. Even the education that they give is a form of slavery. The jobs that they give is a form of slavery. This whole system is built on slavery. And so that's what we want to basically try to move ourselves away from. All right, cool. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to bypass a lot of that, and we're going to call the board of directors up. Everybody that's that's serving on the board of directors, can you please come up here, please? For Ray, for Charles, for Ellis, for Charles, right there. So basically, team, what we're doing. So basically, what we're basically forming an organization. This is a new organization that's being formed, and this is the structure that we're putting together. And they represent the leadership of the organization. Again, as up to this date, it's been just me. And I've been very uncomfortable by it being just me. So much work, so much stress. But I got Brother Ellis here operating in the Secretary of Department. He will say a few words about his post and his contribution.
Yeah, how's everybody doing? All right. I'm gonna be real brief because I know time is of the essence. Basically, what we want to do is something that we may know about. Is a class that's taught in the Nation of Islam, started by Minister Farrakhan, called Self-Improvement, and it's a weekly class. And basically, that's what we want to do. We want to use self-improvement, which is the basis of community development. So as artists, it's our goal as leadership is to help you self-improve as an artist and to be one with your word. Because the way you can measure a person is the distance from their words and their actions. We want to close that gap. So we're just here to help you close that gap between what comes out your mouth and what happens. So the trust becomes easy for somebody when you say something and they do something. Now that's how you build trust. So we want to build a trust between the community, but what's coming out our mouth and what they see on our social media posts, and when they see us out in the community, that we are, as they say, we bowdy. So we're about the thing. We're not just talking the thing. So in short, that's basically what we're here to do. And I'm just here to help organize, get us as far as meetings and things of that nature, time organization, and make us be on point so we can reach our goal. So basically, it's just the community development piece, that Brother Everett's vision, which is a piece of all our vision that we helping to move forward.
We're going right across.
Yes, sir. Brother Ray, right? You know what I'm saying? So Brother Everett asked me to take on the treasure post, right? And temporarily. So I'm here to hold it down as long as I can, right? To help us move forward, right? You know what I'm saying? And learn exactly what the treasure post really is and what the function of it is, right? So that's why I'm here today for that reason and other reasons, right? So,
we give them one round. Brother President.
Yes, sir. Greetings, everyone. My name is Charles Muhammad. I'm serving as the president of Message in the Music, and I want to say that I'm excited. This is my first time actually viewing the artists and feeling their vibe, and I am more than excited to work with them. I'm more than excited to put whatever resources, whatever energy that I can to promote you. This event right here, or this meeting right here, reminds me of, I heard of, let me back up a little bit. Back in the 70s and 80s, when hip hop was first taking root, it was positive. It was promoting self-love. It was promoting advancement of black people in America and throughout the world. It was promoting a positive self-image. And those who, the enemies of that, whoever they may be, they had a meeting similar to this, where they got together, and it wasn't a bunch of people, it wasn't 100 people, 200 people. It was about maybe 10, 20 people in there. And they decided that they was going to change the trajectory of the African American hip hop movement. That's what this represents today. Whether you understand it or not, that's what this represents today. You are very important. If you weren't, I wouldn't be here. Because I'm important. I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm important. I'm somebody to know. Whether you know that or not. It's like, nah, let me stay. Yes, sir. But the truth of the matter is that you are somebody important. When you make up your mind to put a message in the music, positive, and when that you become greater than a minister, a preacher, or whatever, you can change the trajectory of the American or black American, am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
So don't take this lightly. There's something called the subconscious mind. When you can program the that's what the enemy is all about. That's what the battle is all about between good and evil. If you can, when you program the subconscious mind, it will absolutely bring about whatever impression is on that.
Come on, that's right.
So no matter how hard you work, if you have not programmed the subconscious mind, you're just spinning your wheels. You just spinning, and that's what it looks like with us as black people in America. We talking about self-love, or we want this, we want that, boom, boom, boom. But the music we listen to, the movies we watch, the food we eat, the books we don't read, and whatnot, all of this is contrary to what, you know what I'm saying, what's programmed in the subconscious mind. So, message in the music is about promoting artists, positive artists that will contribute to programming the subconscious mind in a positive way. Because once you do that, no matter what, you will produce from that. Am I making sense? Yes. All right, so you are very important, and I'm very excited because I'm looking at leaders. The youth are the leaders of tomorrow. And when I seen you here, man, I was like, this brother here, man, you don't know how you inspire me, man. Being young and being powerful. He has a very powerful voice and what have you. I knew him, I didn't know the rest of y'all, but it's good to see you here, and it's good to be amongst you because I'm looking at people who got what they call swag. They leaders. They ain't somebody, you know what I'm saying, corny. You don't have to be.
Don't wait, take trying to shoot a joke. I came up with a concept, subconscious works acknowledges God, right? I can't imagine all this secular versions. Like, I made an album called Swag Evolution, right? Subconscious works acknowledges God. I wanted to make a fun concept to embrace the science of the subconscious mind, right? And when I say like the outside world took that and ran with it, I mean, I heard swag on Christian radio stations.
You want to make that?
I made up Swag Evolution is my creation, yes sir. That's my creation.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
It was my concept was everywhere. I'm like, man, the government need to cut me a grant. Like I'm waiting for a grant to come my way.
But that's.
Hey, I make medicine too. Whoever watching this right here, you know what I'm saying? You got some type of bodily functions going on with you. You need your good flush. I got a detox component that'll clean you right up.
Yes, sir.
Make your immune system stronger and all that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm happy to meet you, brother. And whatnot. But that's what I'm talking about. He came up with a concept that affected America. You know what I'm saying? We all using that word swag. But what I'm saying is that I like what I see. I like what I see. You know, they try and say that positive people are squares, or, you know what I'm saying, they nerds or what have you. I'm looking at people who got influence, who got style. And I like that. So I'm definitely, I'm happy, I'm excited to work with you and do all that I can to promote you and what have you. Thank you.
All I'm going to say this real fast before I call up the operations staff for y'all to meet. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the only way that the white man can rule the black man is that he had to put the creative mind of the black man to sleep, and that's your subconscious mind. If you can literally, when you get an opportunity, read everything you can about the subconscious mind, because that's your ticket to freedom and financial prosperity and success. Okay. All right. At this time, we're going to bring up the operations staff: Brother Herman Odom, Tanya Slaughter, Alicia Qualsh, Sincere Bay. I'm going to take this time for y'all to be introduced to the organizational structure of the Message in Music. The operations staff. We're going to go here from Tanya first, say a few words about.
Okay. I am the Director of Events Planning for Message in the Music. And when Brother Tate says that things that we are doing in the community, you all will be surprised at all the work that has already been done. Working with Savoy Elementary School, he's already gone in, he's done a talent show with them. We've met with them on doing some projects this summer from Messaging the Music. So it's a lot of activities that's going on. And we've also been looking at different venues. He's been out looking at venues to house Messaging the Music. So it's a lot of work. And as he stated, he has been funding this on his own. He still is. He still is. So it takes each and every last one of us who is committed and dedicated to this program to do our part. Thank you.
Indeed. Yo, Messaging the Music, we in the building. It's Sunset at Hero. You know what it is, man. So I'm the aspiring program director. I chose this position, or shall I say, chose me, based on how I vibrate with Brother Tate, our conversations, and where you see my frequency. I'm excited to be a part of the program and platform, and I want to pour back into him and everybody else to pour back into me. It's a reciprocal energy. And I want to say this on camera, I say middle finger to negativity, but I want to say fuck negativity. That's my brand, and that's what I'm rocking with.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Herman is coming on as the business development director. I got a lot of love for this brother. We got a lot of deep history.
A long history. Long history. This brother helped me out through the University of Knox.
Yes,
and as I stated, if it wasn't for the teachings, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught through Minister Louis Farrakhan Muhammad, I wouldn't be here. Period. You know, as I stated, you know, I'm here to help Brother Edward, as well as Messaging Music, as well as the artists, to bring in funding for different programs that they would like to help in the community development phase of MITM. Brother Edward, he came to me and said, brother, you know, Herman, I need your help. You know, I'm doing all of these things, and I need some people to, you know, to help me with some things. You know, we put out a small feeler grant to see all the ins and outs of what we have to do with the district government to get the funding that we need. They have the money. You know, I have 3 grants now that I'm gonna look with Brother Edward on that are due Monday. So we may not have opportunity to submit all 3 by Monday, but this is the process. Any information that you may see, whether it's through the arts or through community-based organizations that have funding for the youth, you know, talk to Brother Edward or shoot it to me. You know, we'll look over it, I'll pull it together, add the different components that we need, and we'll submit it. You know, they can only say 1 or 2 things, yes or no. And right now, I can't see us getting a no. Peace and blessings. Thank you.
Lisa Quall, she's stepping up and helping us in the events department and also the program department, because we're somewhat short on staff right now. So she's occupying both posts. We appreciate you, Alicia. So she's our coordinator for program and events.
Okay. Y'all call him Brother Tate, Brother Edward. I call him Ronald. We grew up together from childhood. Well, he knew me before I even knew myself. But one morning I was on Facebook following Go-Go, and I saw the symbol, Messaging the Music, then I saw Ronald's interview. I was like, oh, he ain't never say nothing about being, you know, Messaging the Music. So I just took it upon myself to start following and reached out to Ronald. I said, okay. I started sharing, started posting on my Facebook page, putting it out there. And this is a good, positive, I don't want to say a project, but this is a good, positive family in Messaging the Music. I see a couple of younger generation here, and it's good that they're here because they could be somewhere else and not being in with the Messaging the Music. And I love the way everybody has came to be a part of what Brother Edward is doing. And I'm glad to be a part of it too, because I sit back, take pictures, video. Don't nobody know when I'm gonna pop up and say, hey, I got you on Facebook. And I will do it. So, not solo, but I just want to say thank you for letting me be a part of y'all family. It's not a team. I'm part of y'all family. And this young man right here, he just took my heart because he was sitting back. I could be doing, you know, I'm not saying he's saying this, but the expression that he was showing, I could be doing something else. But he's here supporting message in the music. He's here supporting his father. He's here supporting everyone. These young ladies right here, they don't have to be here, but they're here, and it's good. So we do have to get it out into the community, like Brother Edward was sharing, to bring everyone in. He's doing a talent show, so I will be doing my part of trying to push it out there. And if it have to take for me to go on Facebook, that's what I'm doing.
Let's get a board and also the operation staff another one. Okay, that basically concludes the organizational development component based on what we had time to cover. So what we want to do now, we want to take a break for y'all to get something to drink, maybe get a few danishes, 10-15 minute break. And what we're going to do when we come back off this break, we're going to turn it over to the artists. Okay, you all had presentations that you had to prepare for your delivery for the day. You got yours? Personal relationship with God? So when we come back, we're going to all assemble in here. We got white chairs for all the artists because you all are going to be doing the presentation. So y'all going to be sitting in the white chairs. All of the supporting guests going to be sitting around you all. So when y'all finish taking y'all break, let's meet in here so we can go ahead and start with it. We're going to go around the room. Okay? So the first person we're going to call up is Brother Sincere. Let's get Sincere one round of applause.
All right, so I wrote names on these folders, but it really doesn't matter. I'm just gonna pass them out so y'all can have a physical copy of it. I got one typo in the beginning, but it's not that bad. So I'm not gonna read on each section. I'm just gonna paraphrase. Well, technically, pop. For tangible copy, so y'all can follow along. Yeah. All right. How y'all feeling? Message in the music. We keep it all exclusive, all inclusive. So I want to jump it off. This is the Artist Development Program, and mainly it's talking about some of the things I'm probably going to talk about. You probably already heard of or know of, but the Artist Development piece really centers on mindset before anything. So I'm going to tackle that part first. So if you have the copy, please follow along. If not, you can just listen. I'm going to do my best to project my voice and look everybody in the eye. So, self-image. I titled it The I Image, E-Y-E, like I. And notice when I paraphrase what I'm about to say, I chose the word I a lot and I made it personal with me. So when you're reading it, it feels like it's talking to you or that you're reading about yourself rather than the word you. So I use E-Y-E instead of the I. So the I image mainly talks about defining success. Do you feel you are successful? And what is your perspective on being successful? That's your self-image. And if you don't feel that you are successful, then you're not successful. It's really simple as that. The image just boils down to just mindset. It's how you dress, it's how you express yourself, it's how you talk to people, how you greet people, your body language when you come into a room, and your energy. As I believe it was you that may have touched on that. Making sure what you speak is in alignment with how you look. Now sometimes your image can be, I won't say throw people off, but it can be misinterpreted. And that, like you said, having this drip, having this style is our way to appeal when we kick the message. We don't have to come in there with a suit and some sandals or crystals. No offense to that, but we have a lot of that going on too, and people don't align with that image. So as long as what you project, your brand, represents your mind state and the words you speak, people can receive you better. So that's what self-image is about. Secondly, lesson one, I want to talk about emotion. Well, I call it public emotion. And public emotion has a lot to do with PR. I'm not sure if y'all heard of PR, but PR is public relations. So typically an artist will hire a public relations rep to represent them in a room, get blog articles written on them, etc., etc. But sometimes your public relations rep can kind of chime in on what you don't want to represent. Pull you to the side, tell you how to dress like this, how to talk like this, don't say this. Typically, arts development did start more so in the 90s. A lot of record labels used to do it. And they did it because artists didn't know what to say in public. But mainly to control the artist, how the artist speak. And even now, presently, you notice, for example, I'm not throwing no shade, but Beyonce, for example, she doesn't really speak. She only speaks when she's told to speak. You really don't know anything personally about it. So that's her keeping her privacy and maintaining her posture. But at the same time, her sister, Solange, in my opinion, is a little more outspoken about her character because she's giving off authenticity. So I'm not saying Beyonce's not authentic, but it goes back to PR. So me personally, as far as PR, in my perspective, you want to be mindful on not always expressing your emotions on social media. Me personally, I feel like I need to take breaks at times. I get a little too compelled, I get wrapped up in opinions of what's going on, and I start expressing too much. I feel like we give too much of our energy to platforms. So we gotta learn to control and navigate how we express our emotions, and that's that cover piece right there. Next, I want to talk about paperwork. Paperwork matters. I don't know how you guys feel about doing paperwork and having anybody you collab with fill out paperwork. People get real funny when you talk about contracts. Now, when you present yourself to somebody about a contract, you want to be very cordial, mindful of the relationship, because based on that relationship, you don't always need to do a contract. I mean, your word is your bond, but if it's not on paper, it never happened. If it's not documented, it never happened. And if it never happened, people, get a little funny and say, well, yeah, we did so-and-so, but now I need what I need. I didn't think you was gonna move that far with it. So now they want to come back and basically cause some type of infringement when you just should have did paperwork. I'm still currently going through admin stuff now. There's a lot of things I didn't know coming as an artist. I wanted to be an artist express myself, but I realized I gotta wear multiple hats. And the main hat I gotta wear is the executive hat. If I don't handle my business gonna handle me. Simple as that. So, thirdly, you want to sign yourself to your own record deal. Everybody in here should have an LLC. If you don't get one, get an LLC on paper and sign yourself to it. And the great thing about signing yourself is you can put what you want in the contract. You're paying yourself. I do 50-50 split with the brand that I got more media, and it's just interesting to play around with the numbers. Cause I'm gonna get the bulk of the money anyway, so as they say.
So if anybody needs assistance on their LLC, just reach out, let us know.
Then I want to talk about different type of royalties. So in this, I guess, aspect, I'm going to read a little bit. I'm not going to read word for word. So some of the main royalties that record label relies on are recorded royalties. You guys know about that. And then you got licensing, TV, film, stream, perform publicly, distribution or reproduction, Spotify, Apple Music, those distributors. More countries consider AMF and MF radio recording more than the US. I mean, we still got an issue getting paid from what I call celestial radio, or terrestrial radio, I think I'm saying that right. Whereas on satellite radio, they're more keen to pay. Don't know why, but even Kathy Yu's situation, she has a situation with that. They kind of look at it like, well, sponsors have to pay us for the slot, and we have to charge you to put it on the radio. That's not always the case, but there's still a situation with the legislation as far as getting us paid. And that's why internationally, that's what we need to be targeting, international branding. The music, I feel, will be received better. Because a lot of the other countries, see, let me break it down, man. The United States of America is a corporation. It's not a country. It's the characteristics of a country. That's right. Keyword characteristics. This is North America. Continent is America. And essentially, it's called Northwest of Mexico. It wasn't even, called. It was Americas. Yes, South America. It was all connected in conjunction. So my point is, when you have international countries receiving our music more, why is that so? Well, it's because they're speaking primarily on social commentary as they experience it, whereas we get hit with more propaganda than they do. They come over here and like, damn, y'all even talk about, and then the issues we do raise, they see us from afar, but they still kind of in the sense of like, why are you guys not more political? In other countries, you see it's always something going on. We see it here, but it's more propaganda. in my opinion. You know, because we should never participate in public controversy when you understand jurisdiction. That'd be for another workshop. So now let's touch on collecting royalties. No, let me go back to words you should know. So these are like 7 words you should know. Gross. Gross is the total monies before the expenses. Creative control, the ability to decide how the final product will appear. Retroactive, effective in the past. You'll see these words in contracts. Recoupable is the reimbursement. Net, total monies minus total expenses, and herein is referencing something mentioned within the agreement. And forementioned is referencing something mentioned earlier in the agreement, and then the term work for hire. Work for hire means paid in full and no ownership or copyright. It must be an agreement verbatim. So let's talk about collecting royalties. All right, so some of the societies are CCS, which stands for Copyright Collection Society. You have CMOs. Are you all signed up with PROs? Do you know what PROs are? Okay. Right. Yep. That's pretty much what it is. And you definitely want to get what's called sub-publishings under the publishing company, so you can get 50% for your writer share and 50% for sub-publishing. Although we don't own the publishing companies, that's what we strive to do at some point. We want to still utilize that part of the service, and it is a fee. It's a one-time. I think it's a yearly fee, but you know you got to pay to play sometimes. So you can get more than fiat. But like I was telling Brother Tate, our whole objective is to keep things private at the end of the day, but still utilize those public platforms. We don't have to get out and talk bad about them, talk about how they're taken from us. We can utilize them, but at the end, we're going to extract what we get from them and then make it private. And privacy meaning is direct artist to direct consumer, where there's no middleman intervening and taking a piece of the pie. But if we voice our opinion too much while we're doing that, you can kind of get into a situation, not where you blackball, but it slows down the progress, because you want to be visible on all aspects. That's how I feel. I don't want to shun Spotify, although they're not paying shit. I don't want to shun Apple Music, although they got their intricacies too. I want to utilize all aspects. But know at the end of the day, it's about privacy and bringing it on, back to our foundation. And moving on for our next topic, metadata. So does anybody know what metadata is? Metadata? Do you?
Yes.
Okay, you know, okay. So metadata is essentially what companies use as leverage. So for example, let's say DistroKid. No, Spotify is a good example. You can check and see what countries are listening to your music, but you don't have the names. You don't have the emails. I mean, you can set a tour around that, but you don't really own the data. And then it goes into what's called an ISRC or a UPC. And the UPC is a universal product code that tracks the product. And then the ISRC is the international, I think it's called. Yeah. That is for the song itself. So you get paid per song, but the product itself has to be housed under what's called a UPC code. And I will introduce a concept about that, about ownership of that. Tate and I were talking about, instituting our own ISRCs and UPCs for the artists when they come on and sign up their first project, or more so in the future as well. We'll provide those codes and explain why you need those codes, because metadata is important and use it as leverage. That's exactly what Steve Stout is using as leverage on United Masters. These are not called distributors; they're using aggregators. But they're, and I'm not going to shade them. I'm just going to tell them, talk about exactly what they're doing. They're approaching the concept of independency, because they know it's all about independency. So they ride that wave and say you can be independent, join our platform. But they get as much artists as they can on that platform, and then leverage it to like an Apple Music and tell them, okay, we have 100,000 artists that sign onto our platform. We need 100,000 or 100 million to basically expand the brand. So using that leverage, where we can use that leverage, because at the end of the day, it's about ownership. Always about ownership.
And that's what all you all have.
And then I'm going to explain what an ISWC. ISWC, you can get that on your PRO. That's another way to track your music. I mean, you don't have to use it. It's just an international standard musical work code. Now I want to tap into ways to market. So I feel like we got to carve out a lane as artists. And first tackling social media. I mean, social media marketing, it's really it could become tailored to whatever you promote, really. I mean, I'm kind of more into getting back to guerrilla marketing personally. But social media marketing, you got TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Google ads. And a lot of times the ads, they're good, you know, but I like the fact that did I wrap it up? Okay. So I like the fact that we're getting more into the community, because I feel like the community-based efforts, you kind of house more of a grassroots entouchment or enrichment rather than using social media. So I'm about to speed it up. Guerrilla marketing, you know, still handing out CDs. All y'all think CDs not popping, but CDs still popping. Vinyl still popping. Stickers, hanging up posters. Like I said, community events, community service. And a lot of the workshops we're doing, that's considered guerrilla marketing. College radio, building street teams, and satellite radio. Then I want to get into wine and dine. Wine and dine is really about relationships. Relationships are important. It doesn't hurt when you meet somebody to take them out for lunch, or ask them if you want to get some coffee, whatever they do. Their food choices, you know, not grease palms, but let them know that you want to build rapport, but you can't go into it talking about I want to pick your brain. People are very standoffish now with that term. Like, you want to pick my brain. So in my opinion, in order to create that value in that relationship, and that, you want to be almost generous, basically. And don't always insert your music initially when you meet somebody or what you want. And that must be the time. So that's my time. It was a pleasure.
All praises due to Allah. So the next person that we got coming up is Brother Thomas Too Slick. He's going to be talking on the subject, self-awareness and the power within.
Say what happened? Say what happened to the order? What's going around the circle here? I'm gonna be brief, short and sweet. First thing I'm gonna ask everybody to do is close your eyes, and without speaking to yourself, without speaking it out loud, say I am great. Close your eyes in your mind. Say it. Without speaking it, I am great. Y'all heard that, right? Hold on. Now, say I can do all things in your mind. Say it. Okay, open your eyes. Everybody heard that, right?
Yes, sir.
Without speaking it, right?
Yes, sir.
That's where the subconscious mind is. That's where God exists. The same thing that causes your heart to pump without you saying pump heart. The same thing that close your eyes and blink and open and close. They just do it without you thinking about it. It happens. Your subconscious mind is making that happen. A lot of people spoke on the subconscious mind on the inside, on the upside. That's where God resides in you. Brother spoke on what you believe is what's going to happen. That's what the subconscious mind is.
Come on,
what you talk to yourself, what you say to yourself, and you gotta pay attention to how you think throughout the day.
Go ahead.
Throughout the day, you'll be surprised about what some of the thoughts that come to your mind and put you in the position that you're in to wonder, how did I get here? It's all the power of the subconscious mind. We are all gods, children of the Most High God.
That's right.
So, I can't out Yendi.
Come on, man.
Yendi's here to be the best Yendi she could be.
Come on.
Rock is here to be the best rock. I look like a fool trying to out rock. Huh? You can't out Too Slick me. This is what I do.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So we all are here for a purpose. Every one of us. Only 5% of the living find out what that is and live it. The rest of us go to our grave without doing what God brought us here to do. So in closing, you can do anything you believe you can do, but it's got to be real to you. Don't try to be somebody else. You got to be what God made you to be. And nobody can be that better than you. That's right. Thank you. Go ahead.
And I really want to echo that, man. The reason why we are basically here today and enjoying this event and sharing this information is because what was impressed upon my subconscious mind gave birth to this reality that we all benefit from today. You know, so I encourage you all to learn all you can about the subconscious mind. Meditate, learn how to meditate, visualize See yourself already where you want to be. Stop looking at where you at, you know, and impressing that on your subconscious mind, keeping you stuck. You know, see yourself where you want to be every day.
You see
So
glory
at this-
days.
That's right.
I got it.
At this time, we're going to call up Ms. Yendi. She's going to give us a few words on artist development dynamics.
I don't have the papers hanging out, but I think this whole message in the music is definitely put together and divinely. And I'm just sitting here and I'm listening. We've heard Thomas and Sincere speak so far, and everything has already been connected. It's already connected. So, you know, you talked a lot about the artist development on the technical side, but I think for me, what was most important for me is developing the art. Because if you don't have anything to develop, all of that means nothing. So a lot of artists think, you know, they can just kind of go in the basement and write a couple of songs, get in the studio, bang it out, and boom, you know, that's it. I need a manager, you know, and that's not how it works. It starts with you. And your artist development is not 1 day, it's not 2 days, it's your whole life. And I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing it professionally for years. I did it for other national artists, and watching national artists on the background side of it, I was like, I want to do that on the front end of it, you know. So there are a lot of things I learned, there are a lot of hard knocks that I had to go through. But the artist development part of it is knowing what it is you want to develop, knowing that you have something to develop, and being conscious of how you put yourself out there. Whatever you market yourself as, however you brand yourself, that is what a brand is. If you've ever seen a brand, a tattoo, whatever it is, it's permanent. It's there. And usually it's whatever you throw out there, it sticks. And that's what people are going to You can change it up as much as you want, but usually that first image is what kind of sticks with the people. So just knowing that you need to continuously grow in your artistry, and knowing all of the steps and the technical parts of once you get all of that together. If you're a vocalist, just daily exercises for that. I mean, your body and your vocal exercise. If you're a rapper, you're a writer, whatever it is, it should be a constant thing that you are doing every day. It should never be a thing when you feel like you've already arrived, that you already have done it all, because there's so much more to do. And the industry is changing so much from year to year. It's always something different. There's some things that are still the same, but I think just messaging the music here is a great connection. I'm so happy to be a part of it because I'm learning some things as well as being a part of it, and I'm trying to contribute my own background and some of my experiences that I've come through as well. So I know we have a short time here, but if anybody has any other questions or anybody have any advice they would like, I am always open book, and I like to share my social media with everybody, so you guys can hit me.
I want to say thanks to Ms. Yendi because it's really a personal honor to have this sister on the platform. Because of her history, her professionalism, and all that she has been through, you know, in this game, and to be able to bring that, you know, to this platform and share herself and her talent with us, all praise be to Allah. So thank you again, Ms. Yendi. We'll come back to you. Carla. Yes. You ready to come up, give a few words on positive?
Yes. Peace and blessings.
Peace.
It's an honor to be here. I reached out to Tate after some things went bad with a deal and I didn't sign, but I met him in the process of it, and I love his spirit. And we talked about getting with messaging the music, and I said, no, it's not messaging the music, it's mission in the music, because he's on a mission in the music. And so I just called him. I said, man, I know they probably heard I didn't sign the contract. It was a 5-year contract deal, and I didn't take it. But I still reached out to him because I love his concept. I love the vision and the mission where he was going with the youth. I'm 55 years old. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, And God had gave me a vision, and he said, you are a child of mine, I need you to do the work of me. Every night when I close my eyes, I thank him for waking me up and going to bed. Not only do I do that, but when I close my eyes, that consciousness is a beautiful thing, because it can touch you and it can open your spiritual senses and to let you see and realize what you need to do. Our purpose in life in here is to serve God and to be a child of God. I thought I was too far gone when I wasn't able to get back into the game, do what God had wanted me to do, because I thought he didn't, you know, he gave up on me. He's never given up on us. So no matter what your purpose and your plan is in messaging the music, make it a mission to be able to continue to strive and do your best to your ability, because you have so many warriors and men of God, Allah, men of God to help you through your journey and your path. We are the next generation. Our ancestors are calling on us, and they are looking for us to do a well done when you close your eyes, when you descend to heaven. So I just, you know, whatever I need to do, whatever you need me to do, I'm willing, because I got that song waiting on you. All right, so thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I was introduced to Carla by, you know, a good friend of mine, Deed Muhammad, and a few other brothers. And it was her spirit that resonated with me. And I think a lot of that, my spirit resonated with her, because I didn't even know the kind of impact I had on her. And she didn't know the kind of impact she had on me, you know, but it was two of them, you know, and they was trying to push the rub on me, but I was like, you know, I'm trying to give her a sister, because I felt her spirit from a mission standpoint, you know, and a God calling standpoint. You know, that spiritual element that she brought that kind of like done it for me. So at this time, we want to bring up Hugo Long. He's talking about a personal relationship with God.
How y'all doing? Peace. I'm kind of glad he like gave me this topic, because I just sat down and actually and really did it, because this is something I've been working on lately. So we're gonna talk about a personal relationship with God. So the first thing we gotta understand is what personal means. So personal is belonging to a particular person. Okay? So you belong to God. Okay? Each and every one of you belong to God. So we can say it together, I belong to God. I belong to God. Say it one more time, I belong to God. I belong to God. Okay, so the first point I want to take on is, the first step is taking on the mind of God. Come on. Your mind has to be one with God, your spirit as well, and just your overall walk in life. Come on. A lot of times we try to create a life without God. So you know I don't gotta say what y'all do and try to replace God. So I looked at some of the things that we try to replace with God. It might be our friends, our family, might be smoking, drinking, sometimes it's eating. So it's just on what you go through and how you progress and build your relationship with God. So you might notice that you're reacting to things in a way that you become aggressive and angry. This might be a cause of spiritual sadness. Okay, so each and every day you should be developing your spirit. You should be developing your mind to become one and become the God that you're supposed to become.
That's right.
Like, because we all gods.
That's right.
Serving one God.
That's right.
Okay, so point number 2, developing your relationship with God. In the nation, we have spiritual development classes throughout the week that focus on individual self-improvement, restrictive laws, FOI class, and Sunday lectures that focus on creating a new world that represents God. So to break this down, spiritual development starts with yourself. It's your duty to take time and work on yourself and develop the God within you to help reproduce more gods and create a world that represents God. Alright, so point number 3, learning how to love yourself and learning the characteristics of God that helps you grow into the thinking of God. Alright, so I'm going to have one volunteer. What is your definition of love? Anybody want to answer that? Will. Undefinable. Okay. Okay. And how do you show love?
Just be the best person I could possibly be and try to treat people the same way that I want to be treated. And then, you know, everybody's perspective of love is different, but if somebody knew the definition of it, then they'd be rich because it'd be one book. It wouldn't be any failed relationships. It wouldn't be any family fallouts. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Appreciate you.
Just to echo what brother is saying, you know, say God is. So you can't even exhaust what that expression is. So total expression.
Infinity.
Infinity.
That's it for me. I like go ahead. I mean, love is energy. It's genuine energy. Unconditional.
This real, my understanding, and this is a small understanding. What I thought love was and what I believe what love is now, love is an action word. It's not an ethereal, what we call emotional. That's not love. That's a byproduct of love, but it's not love. It's the action that is actually love. And so love and duty kind of go together in the Holy Quran. If you read the Holy Quran, when it talks about love, it talks more about duty than love, and they can be interchanged.
Come on now.
Wow.
Come on now.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
I'm enjoying this.
I would say this, that love is freedom, justice, and equality. So anytime anybody deprives you of any one of those, somebody deprive you of your freedom, they don't love you. Somebody deprive you of equal or fair treatment, they don't love you. And if somebody deprive you of, I said equal or fair treatment, but equal and justice is sort of like the same word. So if they're not giving you justice, if they're not treating you like an equal, and if they confining you, they're not showing love. But if they are providing that for you, then that's the environment where love exists.
Yeah, I mean.
And this may be piggybacking off of Mike, but I think love is an endless pouring into. It's a pour that does not stop, but it's a positive, continuous pour. It's just a pouring into, endless pouring into.
Alright, so I looked up the definition for love. It says, love is an intense feeling of deep affection. So I'm gonna end it with this. So you have to have an intense feeling and deep affection for developing your spiritual self in your relationship with God. And that's love.
Alright. So at this point, we bring Brother Apocalypse up. He's gonna deal with promoting your brand and doing a little role play skit. So turn the floor over to him.
Okay, so I had something to print out, but we ran out of ink, right? So this is basically about face-to-face interaction. The movement. That's this movement. And I want to say the big picture is very important. And, you know, when Brother Elder gave the whole message in the music piece, he kind of painted the big picture, you know? And the big picture is born out of a word, independence. Because that's what this represents to me. Imagine being a foundational stone in the establishment of an industry of entertainment, arts and culture that is self-sufficient. Just painting the picture. An industry of our own that is financed and supported by everyday people that we are able to make a human connection with. Is the idea that we would like for you to imagine throughout this presentation. Second word I want to say is freedom. Freedom is another word to reflect on from this standpoint. Free in the mind, heart, and soul to be all that we are divinely born to be. That's the freedom I'm talking about. We are part of the cultural revolution. Painting the big picture. These are all pressure points. These are the pressure points to be made when approaching anyone to be a part of what's taking place here in Message and Music. In any scenario, there are essentially 3 things that we want to share as precise and succinct as possible. Who we are. Who are you? What we're doing. And this is all being presented today. And then why we're here. And then why we're here simply translates into how you can help. And we're talking about approaching people to support who and what we are and what we do. Okay? And who are we deals with the Message in the Music movement, as well as who you are in the movement. Who you are is most important. The belief in oneself is what's really going to translate to people that we approach. This is why the big picture is important. Finding your place in the big picture is key. If somebody took a picture right now and they came to show it to you, the first person you're going to find in that picture is yourself. That's natural. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So, why do you do what you do? I'm asking you a question to reflect on. Why do you do what you do? It's so important. Your why has to be so strong that the thought to not do it bring you to tears. Come on now. What we are doing is making a bold step to take control of our divine gifts, so that it benefits us, our family, our community, and our world. Not this world, our world. I'm speaking clear language so that you understand what I'm saying. We are also working to sit a clean glass beside a dirty glass to give people a choice. You know, an opportunity to choose which one they will drink. We are also proving to ourselves that we have everything we need to be successful without having to succumb to an industry that promotes our demise. Why we are here? We are here to appeal to any and all who can see our vision. We are representing ourselves through a nonprofit platform that gives all donors an opportunity to donate to a tax-deductible, with a tax-deductible donation, right? And we get into, we paint a picture of how we can approach people who have a budget to support these kind of organizations. That's right. And they can write it off.
That's right, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm doing that part because, you know, I know how I feel. I don't like it either. I don't like asking nobody for no damn money. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? So, because of this society and the way this platform is set up, you know, it gives us, you know, we can be a little more comfortable in saying, I'm really not asking you for no money. I'm really presenting myself to you and asking you to support me. And I'm painting a picture. You see what this world represents when it comes to this industry that we all in? And you know the effect that it has on the world. It's taking the world straight to hell. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So if you can paint that picture when you approach these people, then leave it in their hands. See, and I learned that with the Final Call. My approach with the Final Call newspaper is, look, we out here to raise the consciousness of the people and see if we can have a positive effect to stop some of this violence. If $2 is too much for you to ask, what are you willing to contribute? Now, if you ain't willing to contribute to something, then you gotta ride off with that on your consciousness. And I ain't got nothing to do with that. I just presented it to you and gave you an opportunity to make a decision. And it don't matter how many people we approach, because if we got these cards with our QR code on it, promoting ourselves, that they can click on, they can go see us, see our videos, hear our music, see what we are, see what we about. So it's not something, we're not just running our mouth. We're presenting something to you. And we're telling you this is what we're about, right? Now, and so that's it. Now it's a numbers game. Now it's a numbers game. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a numbers game, because now that person can click on your link and contribute. On the flip side, I don't know if Brother showed anybody the postcard that he was putting together. On the flip side is another, it shows different options to give certain amount of money. They can flip that and go to that QR code and contribute. The message in the music benefits, the artist benefit, and it gives us an opportunity. I'm looking at the big picture, because our enemies spend billions of dollars to keep their foot on our goddamn neck.
That's right. That's right.
You understand? And so this represents to me, because since I've come into contact with the teachers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, when they gave me them Final Calls, and I went and sold them, and they gave me some money back, and said, you know, you make money off these. That's all I needed to know.
That's right.
And I've been doing that for 30 years and working for myself, because it gave me an opportunity to be free, man.
That's right.
And all us in our art want to be free. Hell, I ain't no thug and all that bullshit. I can talk that shit, man, and do that. I can do that. We all come from it. But that ain't me. That ain't how I want to represent myself. Listen, karma is real, man.
Come on, bro.
So what I put out is coming back. It's coming back, man. You know what I'm saying? And so if I can be a part of an opportunity that can stand, see, if those of us who are in the nation, we know what we represent and all this, whatever. But let me paint a picture of the nation and why the passion is such that it is. See, we're a nation within a nation. We don't give a damn about this world. This world is killing us purposely. You understand what I'm saying? So now we have an opportunity to be in the industry beside the industry. Because most people in the industry, they succumb. And you ain't no gangster. You're doing that shit because that's what's getting paid. You ain't no bitch, you ain't no hoe, you ain't no this, you ain't no that. You're doing that shit, man, because that's where the money, that's where they're giving all the money to. And that's why you're doing it. And if you got caught up into it, you really had to flip your mind, because that wasn't, your parents didn't raise you like that. For real.
That's right.
And so this world is turning us inside out, man.
That's right.
And we have an opportunity, a platform.
Go ahead, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Where we can change the narrative. Me and my brother, man, me and Slick, we've been doing conscious music for over 30 years. Because we don't give a fuck about this world, man.
Go ahead, bro. Mike.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
We know that you coming this way. Sooner or later. And we see it a lot. Tearing this joint down, man.
That's right.
Not just America, the whole world who don't want to submit to the vibration of the universe that Allah produced.
That's right.
The earth shaking your ass off, man. The earth bringing you back. We're going to put you in this damn ground if you don't come to this side that all of this is the purpose of all of this. This is heaven, man. This is supposed to be the kingdom.
That's right.
And if you ain't part of kingdom building, your ass is done. You're going out with this world. Period. So, anyway. That's it, man. So, and you want to do scenarios. Listen, I understand that. But every scenario can be different. But the approach is, this is who I am. Hey, how you doing, sir?
So basically, he transitioned right into it. So basically, what we want for Michael to do is basically act out the actual skit of promoting the brand to a credit union, to a cosmetology or barbershop, some type of business establishment. Right? I got some 8x10 cards made for you all of you all. Got a special sponsorship card. What I gave y'all on the boat was just a temporary filler till I was able to get to what I got. And it's a single sheet that has your picture on it, information about you from your profile page. And it also has the giving level, the sponsorship level that they can sponsor you all under 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. So all you gotta do is leave it on the gas.
My time is up. No, I mean this part, that part, right? I was gonna try to show you the card because it sent me a picture of how it looked. And like you said, basically got your picture on the front with your QR code and your a little brief bio that's on the Messaging Music platform. When they click, they're gonna see you, they're gonna see your page and all that. And on the flip side, you got Messaging Music, and they got 1,000, I think 500,000, 5,000, where the people can actually donate. And so it's a QR code on that side. And Messaging Music, of course, they're gonna be a percentage from each one of the artists. If they donate to the artist, Messaging Music gonna get a percentage, we're gonna get a percentage. If they donate to Messaging Music, we're gonna get a percentage. Messaging Music gonna get a percentage. But it's basically gonna help defray some of the costs that brother been putting out on all of us and build and just help with the whole overall vision of, you know what I mean? Because hell, we raise $1 million and we can get a lot of shit done. You know what I'm saying? For all of us, you know, so that's the whole idea behind it. But I mean, every situation gonna be different. You know, and Brother Sincere made a good point too. Like you could put on a suit or whatever. You know what I mean? Then if you're gonna go in a credit union or something like that, you might wanna do a shirt and tie. Or you know, or something a little, you know, dressy or what have you. And you know, but if you're going to a barber shop, you know, if whatever your image is, you know, that's probably more sufficient. You know, but
let me hear your approach going into a credit union.
So into the credit union,
I'm the branch manager.
you're the branch manager. How you doing, Mr. Tate? I already looked you up. I mean, you know, I see I have a community development.
Yes, sir.
And so, my name is Michael Muhammad. I'm an artist for Popular. This is my card. You know, it's showing your card. You know? And we are attached to a nonprofit organization. And what we're doing is we're bringing consciousness, a higher level consciousness, back to entertainment. You know? And so through this nonprofit organization, here's my QR code. You can check me out as an artist. I have a project, a new release, videos, things of that nature, that the organization funded. And so to keep this kind of thing going, we're here in the community approaching all the businesses and organizations who are about community development. So we want to give you an opportunity to support us. You know, and from there, you can go straight to it. You can show them all of the donation packages. So which one of these are you willing which one of these are you willing to support us? You know what I'm saying? And then don't say nothing else. Because the next person that talk lose.
sometimes
Just put it in their hand. We have a $500 slot, a $1,000 slot, a $5,000 slot. Which one would you like to contribute? It don't say shit else. And if they got to think about it, then get their information and just ask them, you know, if they can follow up. Okay, well, if you know, because they're going to be the next one to talk, because you're not going to say nothing. So they going to choose one, or they going to say no, or they going to open the door for you to do a follow-up. That's it. And you don't have to emotionally attach yourself to none of that. Because you putting it in their hand. You telling them what you're doing. We all going to reflect on the big picture that we're learning about here today. Because we get more and more information about what messaging and music is all about. Right? So we're going to embrace the big picture and we're going to see ourselves in it. And that's going to be our approach. So we ain't got to emotionally attach ourselves to none of these interactions. Each one is going to get us better at it. And so you just go to the approach. Tell them who you are, tell them why you're here, and mention the nonprofit, the tax deductible donation, right? Because they can get that money back, right? And roll with it. Which one are you willing to use or to support us with? And let them talk, right? And that's it. That's the, so in the credit union, you may have a shirt and tie on, you may, you know, or you just casual, you look business. Presentable. You gonna go in the barber shop, usually like Rock in the barber shop all the time, this family call it. That's an easy one for him because he already interacting with people in the barber shop. You know what I'm saying? And you know what, you know the environment, you know the barber shop environment. You know the beauty salon environment. You know the nail shop environment, right? So car wash environment. You know what I'm saying? But just find the decision maker. You can go in there just like that. Yeah, who the decision maker up in here? You know, make it fun. You know. But the whole thing is, the more people you talk to, the more chances you're gonna have to get some play. Right. And you don't have to emotionally attach yourself to any of them. Indeed.
Can I say something? Yeah. I just wanted to speak on it only because I've been in the industry too a really long time, and it is true you don't have to be emotionally attached to this thing. However, it's easier said than done because you're attached to what you do. We're attached to our artistry. We're attached to our work. We're attached to it. We believe and we love what we're doing. So. I mean, in the industry, you definitely hear more no's than you hear yeses. So I think that each artist, depending on how you are, me personally, I'm very emotionally attached to everything I touch and everything that I do. So I have to find an alternative route to put that emotion in because it is very emotional. Right. It's an emotional process. And like you say, the more you do, the more you ask, the better you get at it. Like I would be the first to say, I had not responded to the why because I talked to Thomas. I sat in my space where I do my recordings and I couldn't bring myself. I kept feeling like I don't like asking anybody for anything. I don't like to, and that's how I was feeling like I was asking. But you know, the way you just put it is that we're not really asking. What I'm doing is I'm showing you my product. And it goes back to the example, if I have a business, my business is Yidney Spa. So I have these products, they're all organic and natural products that I use and I make them. So I took my products to a place where I go to get my pedicures and my stuff done, and I presented it to her. I said, look, I come in here every week. You see me, I got something for you. And I came to her, I took it out, let her sample it. She put on her, oh, nice, it smells, she's good. Good. I said, sell it in here. Use it for the business. And we talked, we didn't talk numbers at the particular time. I just wanted to see the product in the store for a second. I told her I'd come back and talk about it. Just left her like a couple of jars of it when it came back. So I kind of took that and put it in the place of messaging and music as well as my alternative, my artistry being my product.
Right.
But it is definitely still an emotional attachment when people go, you know, not right now, no, you know, because you're thinking like you got not only just me, but here I got this list of other like dope ass artists here. And how do you present that just by showing them a bio? Because people are, they're tangible. They want stuff they can touch right now. Everything is instant microwave stuff. Nobody wants to see it later on. They want to know what is it right now that I'm pouring into, especially if you don't know.
Right, and so that's why the QR code is so important, because they can scan that. Hey, you have them in? Scan it right now. Let's look at it. You know what I'm saying? That's equivalent to put it on your hands. Oh, it smells good. You know what I'm saying? Scan it now. You know, so you can see. You know, and then let me say about the whole emotional attachment piece. What I mean is, man, we human beings. So we gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, okay, but feelings are in a part of the brain called the limbic system. And the limbic system, which houses all of the emotions, only takes up 20% of the brain. 20% of the brain. So you have 80% more of your brain left. That now if I stay stuck in my limbic system, then I'm gonna drown in emotions. You know what I'm saying? And emotions are feelings. And blind people have to feel their way around. So if I get stuck in the emotion, then I can end up blinding myself to what I'm after. But if I can get out of that aspect of my brain to the more mathematical, rational, powerful aspect of my brain.
Go ahead, brother. Go and teach, man.
Then I know that 1 + 1 = 2, regardless. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, thank you. Shake it off and go to somebody else. Now that door could still be open. If it's not a hard no, it ain't no no.
I was about to say that.
You understand what I'm saying?
I was about to say.
Yeah, so you can read it to see. They may still open the door for you to come back. But if I get stuck in emotion, I'm like, what's that motherfucker, man? Or whatever. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, I was raising my hand because I didn't want to interrupt. But I think what my interpretation is, you keep passion, but you detach from the downside of somebody saying no to you, and using the nonprofit ploy as the approach, which I think keeps it less emotional. Because that's the business structure side, how they can benefit from it, how you can benefit from it. So I think working on that presentation part about why, like you said, understand your why. Because when you understand your why, you're passionate about the approach. And people feel that shit when you're talking to them.
And passion is a perfect word, because passion has love in it.
Like, how can they not feel you if you're touching on social economics and things that matter? And if they want to say no, like you said, you move on, because your mind's still focused on your why. So it's really emotional intelligence, really.
Emotional intelligence, and you can even make them feel it. Damn. You can make them feel it. I pour my heart out to you. Okay, thank you. Can I get your number? Come back, maybe later on in life you might. So that's it. I appreciate it.
Great, bro, Mike. That was powerful, man.
It was. Everybody produced the energy, man. Cause I ain't have one. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else.
Because of all praise be to Allah. Yes, sir.
No doubt.
So what's important though, Ms. Yendi, is very key. And that emotion that we feel a lot of times that causes us to shrink from our, drive to move forward, has everything to do with how we see ourselves. See, how you see yourself determines everything that's going to come to you or everything that you're going to push away. Because some things going to come to you that you're going to feel is too good for you because you don't feel like you're worthy. And that's because of how you choose to feel. The other part is we have what Michael was talking about, that whole feeling nature. It's a fact that we feel, but our feelings are not always based on facts. And we have to promote the opportunity that we are extending to people. See, we don't lose when we do that. I'm extending the opportunities to you to give, to support the community. You're not supporting me. I'm just a vessel, byproduct, I'm saying, of the message and the mission that we're promoting, but you're actually promoting a bigger cause. It's not about me. If you can take that focus off you as an individual and attach it to the community, and you just being a part of that, see now they see something bigger than just trying to give to this.
Can I say something better? You know what I'm saying? I know a little bit about prospecting, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. Now, I don't want to come with it, but this is real quick, right? I'm saying, when you approach people right, and you know your objective right, you know, we can ask, but you can become more effective when you start leading them to where you want them to go. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling putting that paper in your hand. Here you go, brother. You know what I'm saying? Do you know about the $5 newspaper initiative now? You know what I'm saying? Man, you know what I'm saying? We try to help our people, right? You know what I'm saying? So $2 list, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You start leading them to where you want them to go versus asking them where you want them to go. You know what I'm saying? We got to lead the people where we want them to go with a confidence. You know what I'm saying? That we're going to close the deal. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
This man taught me how to hustle.
And look, and that's exactly the reason why I made why support me the way I made it. It's touching right on what we're talking about right now. I didn't say support me. I said when you support me, you support the message in the music, and then went on from there. So that's basically what we're talking about right now. It's a bigger picture.
That's all business is doing.
Exactly.
A mission statement. They focus on the mission statement.
Pretty much.
So one of the things, I'm going to close on this point, one of the things that we strive to do to market and promote the artist, we strive to promote the individual, right? We're trying to get you connected, you know what I'm saying, with those that's natively, naturally connected to you. That's that human connection, right? And that's what we're trying to provide through that Why Support Me video. Folks will see you, hear you, and identify with you, and that's what's going to cause them to release those funds to support you. So at this time, you know, we know that the only way we can be successful is on the basis of truth. And so we got a brother here by the name of Trustable. Trustable Rock.
I'd like to start off in the name of Allah, the beneficent and merciful. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger. My name is Brother DeAndre, aka Mr. Trustable, aka Trustable Rock. I'm an artist, you know, I write, you know, I'm here to support message in the music. But at the end of the day, the truth is really what we all looking for, and the truth is really the most essential thing we have, and really what we striving to do is save our people, you know. This was created because the messages that were in the music was a source of destruction for our people. I just wanted to define a couple words and give a little perception I got. The message, exactly what a message is a communication. When you got a communication, you got a transmitter and a receiver. A communication containing information, news, advice, a request, or the like. A communication that has information, news, advice, or the like. So the communications that we're receiving now in the music through the messages that are in there are actually false communications, which is the opposite of truth. Something false is something that actually does not exist in reality. It's not true, it's not correct. It's utterly declaring what is untrue. The tendency to deceive or mislead. So when we listening to bars or lyrics or something that's witty, we can turn falsehood into truth if we accept it in our mind. Because as a man or woman think in their heart, that's exactly what they'll be.
That's right.
So from a child growing up, you're receiving messages And this is how you develop, this is how you learn. The messages from your mother, no, don't do that. No, don't pick that up, don't touch that. You go to school, the messages you receive from your teacher. 1 + 1 is 2. This is science. You plant the seed in the earth, you water it, sunlight. These are how things operate in the world that you exist in. Truth is reality. That's the definition of truth. Something that is consistent with reality. Falsehood does not exist in reality. So if you turn music on and you hear messages, false interpretations of what we are as black people and what we represent and the activities we actually should be engaging in for the best interest of ourselves and each other. Yes, so if I hear you tell me that my sister is a whore or a bitch, or I'm doing this to get money out of my brother, we have false identifications consistently through the music. And we have an enemy that is actually promoting us to have delusional identification. We're not in a proper state of mind right now. And it's being transmitted through messages to the minds of our children, to the minds of adults, to the minds of parents. So it's so important that message in the music is rooted in truth. And in order to have truth, you have to have knowledge. We have to know who exactly we are, so when we are called out of our name, we know they're not talking to us. We know they're trying to feed us something that is not real. And we really got to approach the message in the music with a warlike mentality. That's right. Because that's what it is. Our people are easily led in the wrong direction and hard to lead in the right direction. So when you come in with a clear message of truth and they've been feeding on falsehood, that's a hard task to get them out of falsehood in the truth, who you actually are. And I can deceive you to make you think that you're something that you're not, and you will act out that mind state from a false identity. So message in the music, really, the truth is so powerful that if we just contain the truth in our music, it can do exactly what we're looking to accomplish. And also outside of the music, the truth about who you are and what you're doing. If we got goals, if we all here, the truth is we all here. Brother Edward lined us up, we all here, we meeting each other. But the truth is we can go back and forget about everything and go on and live our isolated lives. So when you're being true, you're being sincere, you got true intentions on carrying out what's being asked of you, carrying out your commitments. So we know goals without plans are only wishes. Goals without plans are only wishes. So in truth, you have to sit with yourself and realize, who am I, what do I have, and what am I about to do? And we measure how far we are getting towards our goals from where we started, the plan we have, and how much progress we've made in our plan. So if we really don't have any plans and we really don't have any goals, we're really just floating around, you know, and we're going following whoever has a suggestion. So when Brother Edward puts this concrete plan or organization here, now we gotta be honest. What do I really have that I'm gonna contribute? What do I know that I can contribute? And if I don't know, the best thing you do when you don't know is to ask a question. Brother Edward, what do you need from me, brother? What exactly is the next thing you want me to do so I can accomplish the goal I have of being here? That's being truthful. We're not here to perpetrate a fraud, to put on the front, and to waste nobody's time. Because life and time is the same thing. You only get one life. It's a beautiful opportunity we are presented with from Brother Edward. We can take advantage of it. But our two enemies, and I'm going to close with this, our two enemies are laziness and fear. Laziness and fear. So the opposite of laziness is being active, being interested, working. And the opposite of fear, being courageous. So as long as you being brave and you working, we're gonna be successful. And we gotta go to war with the truth. That's the most powerful weapon that we have. So a few words that came from the heart, I didn't have it written down. Love y'all.
Everybody need to give everybody a warm round of applause. I'm talking about some divine caliber artists up in here, boy. You can't tell me we can't change something. That's right. You know, you can't tell me we can't make a difference, man. You know, with that kind of energy, that kind of spirit and love for what we're doing and what we're trying to serve, come on, man. So I want to thank all y'all for, you know, making your word bond and coming forward and presenting a quality presentation that served as the edification to the soul of the artist that's present here. And all those that may hear by way of the camera. So at this point, what we want to do, we want to go ahead and free y'all up a little bit for a little networking, a little fellowship, a little lunch. And then when we come back from lunch, we're going downstairs into the family room. We're going to have our artist group activity. We got like 3 activities lined up for you all. One group activity is dealing with coming up with creative ways to engage youth. Y'all going to be in a team setting, coming up with solutions towards that. We're also going to be looking at a community engagement, right? We're going to engage youth. The other one, we're going to do something to address one of the social issues in the community. So y'all be given a scenario that you got to go back and solve among yourselves, come back and present that solution as it relates to a solution. Then we have a family feud competition. These competitions are being awarded with cash prizes. Okay, that's my way of showing y'all love for coming out and spending y'all time with us. We want to get back to you as well. And then we have, in the family feud, it's all based on artist activists. Okay, so get prepared. So at this time, we want to thank y'all again. Go ahead and break for lunch. And we're going to meet downstairs at 2 o'clock.